What is happening, everybody? Josh here from Spawn Fly Fish, and we're back with another tying tutorial. Salmon will be moving into the river soon, and we still like to chase cutthroat even when the salmon are around. We are going to be utilizing the Alaska Salmon Flesh, a new color of rabbit strip from Hareline Dubbin. We love this color, and we know you will too, so follow along as we bring this fly to life. Alright, in the vise we have an Ahrex FW551, size number 8, and we got the Insta jig here from Hareline. This is going to really drop this flesh fly down and get it into the zone. We have some Danville 210 in fluorescent orange, and we're just going to create some thread wraps and bring it back. Tighten up that vise as it's loose because I've been tying quite a few of these. Alright, we're going to lock that Insta jig into place, not with a ton of wraps, just a few. Just bring that in. You just don't want it to move too much. Yahtzee. Alright, now we're going to work our thread wraps back just even a little bit up that back section of the shank. Alright, first material here, we have some Spawn's Fluorescent Southern Peach Chenille in micro. Really cool chenille if you've never used it. Custom color we did with Hareline. We do a lot of custom stuff like that with Hareline. We'll have some new colors coming out for products. They won't have our name attached to them, but we work hand in hand with them and love everything that they're doing, and we're happy to be a part of it as always. So we're going to work that back and bring this forward. So we're just going to do touching wraps on this chenille. So the idea with this fly is that when it drops, which we've been catching a lot of these cutthroat on the drop, it's going to just dead drift and look like a piece of flesh, but then on the retrieve, you always got to retrieve the fly, it's going to have a little bit of movement, and it's going to have those same color tones that we use a lot already, and they will undoubtedly chase this thing down. Alright, so we want a little gap here between the Insta jig and the chenille, so we're going to tie that off right there. Very, very simple fly. You don't need to overcomplicate your flesh flies. Many of them are just tied with rabbit. You just have a little bit. This is just like a flesh dropper. That's maybe what we'll call this guy. Alright, so far so good. We're going to do a little loop here and put our dubbing twister in there. Bring the bobbin cradle around here. And we're going to now utilize this new rabbit. This is a really, really cool color. We're a fan. Even though we don't fish in Alaska very often, we know those of you that follow this channel that fish in Alaska or live in Alaska will like this a lot. Alright, so we don't need a lot here, but we do want this two-tone here to come back over. So we're going to make sure that you get enough of that. And then we're just going to throw this into the loop and spread it out. Doesn't need to be perfect. Remember, you're tying a flesh fly. Just a glob, more or less. Floats down the river and into their belly. Alright, so far so good. We'll brush that out and spin that up. And like I said, come in with our brush, brush it out every which way. Give it a couple more spins, and that looks good. So now we're just going to use the rotary function here on our vise and bring that salmon flesh rabbit, maintaining that these fibers continue to flow back. And we're going to bring it right behind the bead. Like so. Perfect. Alright, you notice that I latched my bobbin around that bobbin cradle. It's a good little tip there if it's going to slide, if you're doing something like that. I like to twist mine around. Just gives me an extra sense of security, and I don't need to worry about it coming loose. Alright. So far, so good. Super simple. Make sure on your end it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So like I said, this is going to flow downstream. It's going to be more or less dead drifted in these little creeks, and these cutthroat will hopefully come out and grab it. If not, this fly is going to have plenty of movement on the retrieve to coax them in, especially with this jig orientation. So we'll throw a couple more wraps in here. Slick that back just a tad so we can get some whip finishes in here without trapping any fibers. One fiber there that's not playing nice, but that's okay. Like I said, it's a flesh fly. And definitely don't forget that when you're tying it. Last thing we're going to do here is we're going to come in with a little head cement. I don't know why, but I always lose my bodkins, so we got a little bit different one today that I'm going to be using. Just a little bit here. And that does it. Really, really simple flesh fly option here. This is going to drop down, utilizes a lot of those color combos that you like in a flesh fly, and also features that new rabbit strip from Hareline. Been on the market here for about a month, but we haven't had a chance to feature it. We will be featuring it more in our salmon patterns as well, but want to continue to hone in on all these cutthroat here in the rivers as they are abundant right now. So hope you like that. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.